Welcome to Being at Home with George. I'm excited to be here, and I'd like to start off the way we usually start off by saying yes, embracing whatever comes up and generating hope, and then going from there. And so this week, I'm excited because I have a new book coming out May 2nd, and we just posted it on social media, I believe yesterday or the day before. And the name of the book is Unlocked, Embrace Your Greatness, Find the Flow, Discover Success. So I'm really excited about this because this idea of unlocking is really important. And I was going to talk about it from the Webster Dictionary. It talks about unlock. To unlock is to be free from restraints and restrictions, to open, to be open. And so my definition of unlocked is in alignment with what Martin Buber talks about in the book, The Way of Man. And he talks about this idea that thus a divine spark lives in everything in being, but each such spark is enclosed by an isolating shell. Only man can liberate it and rejoin it with the origin. And so to me, that's what it's about. It's about understanding. So I talk about this idea, this process. Well, how do you unlock? So my experience has been you have to know yourself, number one, so you can be yourself. Number two, number three, so you can express yourself. Number four, so you can share yourself. And so my experience has been that the first thing to know myself, I have to ask questions like, who am I and why am I here? And this idea that I am a divine spark and I'm encrusted in the shell, and my job is to break out of that. And it's an inside job. So I have to chip away to get to it, much like a caterpillar has to metamorphosize into being a butterfly by breaking out of the chrysalis. So this idea of being myself and being true to myself, because if I don't know who I am, I could end up being anybody. And then part of that also is if I don't know where I'm going, I could end up going anywhere. So to know myself is to know my most heartfelt feelings and when I feel most fully alive about who I'm being and what I'm doing. And so this idea of having the idea of, yeah, okay, so I have this divine spark, but then I have to express it. And so the expressing it is to be authentically myself, understand that I'm unique and I can only be me. And like I said, if I don't know who I am, I could end up being anybody. Knowing who I am, how I started knowing that I love learning, I love teaching, I love being a seeker. And then to be myself is to be a seeker, not to let people, places, and things knock me out of my flow, I would say. And so then once I can do that, when I commit to being myself and being authentic, then now I can express myself in ways. And of course, Joseph Campbell talked about follow your bliss, or this idea of expressing myself in the service, like I'm expressing myself, but not for myself only, like the book, The Way of Man talks about, to begin with oneself, but not to be preoccupied with oneself. So once I express myself, then I can get to the fourth thing, which is sharing myself or sharing what I have in communities. And my experience has been that if I want to learn something, I teach it. And if I want to keep it, I have to give it away. And so that's how sharing and caring and community, this network of relationships we're in, getting beyond the illusion of separateness. So very clearly is this idea of opening, releasing that divine spark in the process of understanding that I'm a unique individual and I have to know myself. So that means I have to have that be still and know and really think about how I'm behaving and the consequences, taking personal responsibility and making wise choices that are in alignment to allow myself to find myself and to know myself. And that's why this embracing, saying yes to everything is so huge, and then generating a hope, trusting that, yeah, I can release that divine spark I'm hiding out, but I can chip away to get out of it. Because if I put myself in that prison, I can let myself out. And so that's the key, knowing who I am, why I'm here, and then being that, committing to that, and then being that, then I express it. And expressing it in a way not only helps me, but it helps others. And then the sharing it is sharing how I got there, how I did it, which is what I'm doing. That's why I wrote the book, is to share that so that everybody has access to it. So it's that simple. To unlock means that we're able to embrace our greatness, find the flow, and then discover success. But not just success as an empty success, but a success of being able to express ourselves sincerely, authentically.